Welcome back, Alpha Hunters. It is a very terrific Thursday. Today, we got some, the weekly jobless claims, initial jobless claims, that came in at 242K. Forecast is calling for 220K. Last week it was at 225K. So a little bit of an uptick there. Be curious to see how that continues to go through the rest of this year and early next year after campaign time, right? After campaigns are over, all that kind of stuff is done. All right. Core PPI. We got year over year 3.4%. Forecast is calling for 3.2%. Prior was also 3.4%. So we stayed flat from prior, but the forecast was expecting us to drop. That did not happen. PPI, total PPI, 3%. Forecast is calling for 2.6%. And prior was also 2.6%. So we actually did see an uptick on total PPI, not just core. All right. So we did get a little bit of a drop this morning. Take a look pre-market. This is kind of trading down all night. You see a little bit of volatility there around the time we got the data. Other than that, we are seeing a little bit of bearishness today, but we were also off the lows. So we had a little bit of a gap down today, about 0.15% there. A gap down on the SPY. Trade a little bit lower there the first 40 minutes, and then we definitely bounced here over the past 50. Looking a little bit better. Not too bad. Qs, same kind of deal. Qs actually down about 0.25% still. SPY's almost flat, still a little bit negative, but it's kind of flat. Qs actually did gap down a little bit more than 0.4%. So, okay. IWM gapped down a little bit as well, rolled over. Currently down 0.5% here. DIA basically a flat open and is slightly negative, but not by much. RSP, a little bit of a gap down, sideways choppiness, currently positive, not by much. Okay. RSP, kind of just hanging out. All right. Kind of looks like it wants to, if it continues to go sideways here, I imagine we probably would just wind up dropping off eventually, but kind of depends here. It's not too far to that 50 EMA. Even if we do wind up dropping off, since we're not getting back above these moving averages over the past couple days. So interesting. So yeah, if we don't start to make a move higher today, tomorrow, and start to get back above the 10 and 20, I would almost be expecting just a quick move down to that 50 EMA. Maybe we start to move there later today, tomorrow, maybe bounce off that level, maybe Monday, possibly. DIA, kind of just hanging out, not really doing a whole lot. IWM trying to break down. It did break down that Tuesday low, but switched below it and kind of bounced from there. Okay. Qs, inside day, price action. Yep, kind of just hanging out as well today. SPY, just a sideways move, consolidating here, all-time highs. Looking okay. Looking like it's probably just going to continue higher. VIX, just flat, not really doing a whole lot. DXY, continuing to push higher. Okay. So dollar looking pretty strong for now. Gold, finally going opposite the dollar. About time, right? Gold looking pretty good. GLD. Okay. Kind of just hanging out. Let me take a look at gold futures real quick. Yeah, gold futures, pretty good drop there today. So there you go. Gold futures dropping pretty good. Coming into the moving averages. So yeah, I don't know what you'd want to do. I wouldn't really want to be doing anything unless it broke down and got all the way back down, maybe to that 100 moving average. But we can take a look at that later on. Sometime down the line. Yields continuing to move higher. Okay. 10 and 2 inversion. Still moving higher, moving away from the zero line. All right. HYG, high yield corporate bonds. This is an interesting look. We did, this is yesterday. We don't really have that wick that it was showing on the daily. It's just kind of more of, we've traded down from yesterday's close there. So I would absolutely say that wick is, I don't know why that wick's showing there on the daily. that big upper wick there. But regardless, even if you take that wick away, it looks like we are going to break down on the HYG, which was kind of one of those things that we were kind of talking about over the past couple of days. Like, you wanted to see if you were looking to play this bullish, continuing the moving averages higher, but we are not getting that breakout. We kind of just stalled out and lost momentum. Kind of could see that played the other way. It's not a big deal because, you know, kind of the way, you know, we've talked about possibly playing the bonds is just being bearish on the LQD and TLT and just kind of bullish on the HYG, and the LQD and TLT are having some pretty rough goes of it this week. They are getting hammered. They were doing pretty good over the past 2 weeks, but that could have just been a pretty large retest, pretty good retest there. So yeah, breaking down there on the LQD, and it's basically following the TLT because the TLT had a pretty good breakdown day yesterday. Seen some pretty good breakdowns in the bonds area, except for the HYG. HYG just, I mean, it's just kind of holding flat and steady up here. It's most of the movement's really just going on the TLT and LQD side. And as far as sector rotation for the day, real estate is doing pretty good, which is interesting because yields are higher. Utilities, staples, communications, all outperforming pretty good. Discretionaries, financials, healthcare, a little bit of outperformance there. Tech, industrials, materials underperforming. Energies at the lower end of the day. Okay. And as far as intraday price action, you see real estate has just been absolutely climbing throughout the day. Communications and tech doing very well. Discretionaries, utilities, a little bit of outperformance there. Staples, healthcare, materials, financials underperforming. Industrials, energies underperforming throughout the day.